We late night popping around here. Welcome to the DPB Invincible Show. I don't know how many of y'all are up and what you've been doing with your life. As for me, I'm still the same OG. I'm gonna keep it low key. Y'all know how I do. I just wanted to come on real quick because I just be dropping the heat way too advanced for some of y'all. But if you will recall about 4 years ago, let me walk it back. It was really like 2017, 2018 at the latest. I came on and did a show. And it was about a group of countries that formed themselves together, called it BRICS. The initials of several of those countries: Brazil, China, India, South Africa. They formulated the idea. And at that time, they didn't have much wind in their windpipes, but they was formulating. Now, there are over 70 countries who have applied to be a part of the BRICS. What is the BRICS? The BRICS is an international trade system outside of the mighty dollar less holler about that dollar. Some of you didn't want Trump. You was anti-Trump because you're anti-Bible, because you're Kemetic, Aboriginal, Hebrew Israelite. You some dumb shit. You're lukewarm. So everything that was good for you, you resisted it. But somehow you made it over to Digital Pit Boss channel. And I'm over here doing topics about world events that's just way beyond the conscious community. So you didn't really take notice to it. It was just a good little show for the moment. But in 2023, BRICS then got their shit together. What does that mean? How does that affect you? Oh my goodness. The world is moving forward. So the export of America is the dollar. They like to refer to it as the petrodollar because most oil transactions were done in the US dollar, which gave the US dollar its power on the international stage. They could print up money in a federal bank out of thin air and go get a shipload of oil for the price of the paper that they printed it on. That's a hell of a deal. That's like stealing wealth from countries. And they got tired of it. And guess who's in on it? Joe Biden. How is Joe Biden in on BRICS? He's not in on it as signing up America to be a part of it. Not at all. What he did is he played along and tried to oust Russia and blew up the oil pipeline going into Germany, which transports oil into Europe, which forced Russia to sell oil cheap to India, and India in turn sells the oil to Europe, boosting up the Indian economy, boosting up the Chinese economy, and boosting up the BRICS. They got it on and popping. And Joe Biden is in on it because he knew they would do it. Why? Why? Why would he want to destroy America in that way? Well, the elite want power and control. And it's only one thing stopping them, and it's called the Constitution. So if they could usurp the Constitution by your voluntary agreement, they can in turn enslave you into their system. I just felt like I had to come on here and just do a quick update. There's plenty of channels talking about BRICS. You could go find out in full detail various information that's being given out to the public. But I just wanted you to know how far back I paid attention. Now, if you knew better, you would do better. Because everything that happens on the global chessboard can empower you if you only knew what move they was gonna make next. Currently, I've been in that stock market killing them. Oh my God. If I came on and gave y'all my stock picks on a daily basis, you could quit your job. I'm telling you, you could quit your job. But I can't come on here like that because I learned that you can only give them so much. They ain't ready for it. They just not ready. You can't give them what they don't want. But I had to come back and just tap on this BRICS conversation because we haven't even seen the full totality of it yet. They're going to continue this on for 2 more years while Joe Biden is in office, structuring and building outside of the US dollar. At the same time, the feds tried to come with a global dollar and called it a digital dollar. You don't even want to see the likes of a digital dollar. With the AI that's coming into being, if they put you on a digital dollar, there'll be nowhere you can go or nothing you can do that they can't control with the switch of a button. They could turn you off. They could cancel every dollar you got around the world because all your money would be in digital dollars, and they could control every digital dollar all around the planet. They could just tap a button. Let's say you robbed a bank for digital dollars. Even if it was in cash form with the serial numbers, it would link back to an account online, and they could turn off every one of those paper dollars that represent the digital dollar in an instant. And you would go rob for all of this money, and they just simply cancel out every serial number on the paper dollar that represents the digital dollar. Because you think if they come with a digital dollar, they're going to oust the cash dollar, but they're not. They would just simply link that dollar to a digital account and control that paper dollar that soon as you scanned it, it was invalid. and you wouldn't be able to use it anywhere. It'd be useless. But y'all don't see it coming, huh? You just going to work, bringing your ass home, and you really not paying attention. You trying to save money. You can't save money no more. You got to make money. You can't save it. You got to make it because you got to stay ahead of the game. But y'all don't hear me though. Pit boss is too far out there, and y'all can't hear me. Y'all still. I went over there to Sonetta. I always got to bring Sonetta in all my videos. I went over there to read the latest title. I ain't watched shit. And this is the title: My Yacht. Were they allowed to pray to foreign gods? Now, what type of distraction shit is that? Why, with the bricks going down in your face, would you spend 2 and 3 hours talking about what the people in ancient Kemet could do in the form of my? Who give a damn what they were allowed to do? That's like I never met anybody who really practiced my yacht. I've met people who say they practice it, and I'd be like, "Oh, you did? Where'd you learn it at? Oh, you learned it from a Dr. Ben video? That ain't my yacht, fool. Nobody knows how to practice Mayat. The system of Mayat died with the country, buried under sand for thousands of years. By the time they found the tablet, they couldn't imagine what they were practicing. It's no way to know. The language is dead. No one can speak it. But they practice Mayat in their minds, in their illusion, delusion. And I'm sitting here like, with all the shit going on in the world, the conscious community is really asleep. They don't want to pay attention to this shit. I'm talking about technology moving so fast that literally in a day, in 24 hours, AI, augmented reality, can make leaps and bounds unknown to man in just one day. Just one day. They got AI chat. These are computers that are talking to computers to do unbelievable things. And all of this stuff is moving so fast that within just a day, leaps and bounds. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do what I used to do and give you the video clips and the audio clips to try to tune you in because you're just listening for entertainment value. You're not really over here trying to change your life. You probably don't even think I could change your life. And for those of you who enjoyed the content and you come over here because I might say something pretty interesting to you, right? Carrying it out, getting off here and making your next move, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna keep on keeping on until it ain't no more on to keep. Until you wake up and realize I am in an economic slavery. These fools got me because you don't know what the hell is going on. But this BRICS, they not reversing it. Now I heard Donald Trump giving out a speech that when he get in office, he gonna turn the tide. He gonna switch the game up. Now he may be able to position America to have a little bit more power in the global economy than it does. But the economy has turned into a computer chip Do you know who makes the computer chips? Did we discuss it? It's a little Chinese country called Taiwan. Currently, China is prepping to invade Taiwan, take over the economy, and control the computer chip. They want control of the technology because these computer chips power the future of computers. AI systems operate off those chips. The robots operate off those chips. There is no computer systems without a computer chip. And Taiwan is the makers of the chip. Whoever has relationship with Taiwan control who gets what and when. And this is where we're headed. Let me give you a little tidbit. Somebody told me, I haven't really fact checked this, but apparently Joe Biden announced that for anybody who buys a home over $400,000 or buys a home with good credit or buys a home with more than 15% down or more than 15,000 down on the home, that person has to pay $40 into a fund for people with bad credit. This is what you call the redistribution of wealth. This is a play taken straight out of the Marxist playbook. And Marxism is Satanism. And Satanism is injustice to mankind. Am I going too deep? Is this too boring? Do you not like my black screen? You know I can't turn the screen on because I can't bear to look at you. So I can't turn the screen on. We talking on a black screen because we are going through the abyss. And in the abyss, everything is blacked out. So just bear with me while we ride through it. When we come out on the other side of it, I would love to form a special pack where only the niggas with money can be. Anybody down to join a group that has $1,000 membership fee? Uh, y'all been giving y'all money to these YouTubers for too long, but nothing accomplished, nothing built, nothing gained. And if you ain't giving it to YouTubers, you giving it away somewhere. Maybe to the casino, maybe to the liquor store, maybe to the weed man, and for some of y'all, maybe to the coca man. Me love the coca, coco. Y'all know the song. Some of y'all is buck wild out there. But if you get your act together, if you start utilizing Google to Google your thoughts and think a thought worth Googling, you might catch insight. See, all of us who was the main YouTubers prior to 2017 and the live button, those of us who was doing this YouTube before the live button, it's a special community, special kind of YouTuber. That group is growing old before your eyes on YouTube. They're literally growing gray beards out here and their hair falling out and they got to shave their shit off and all kind of goofy shit and they're wasting time. In 10 more years, that group is in the retirement stage and everybody ain't built equal. I'm going to tell y'all right now. They said they closed 4 Walmarts in Chicago. in a central area. That's economic collapse. There are businesses closing down left and right. Google fired tons of people. Amazon fired. You think they gotta fire these people because ain't nobody spending no money? No. They're firing these people because it's a collective organization to destroy the economy so they can reset. Y'all remember when they was talking about the great reset? The only way to get to a reset is to collapse the system. They're going to keep it's going to be unbelievable that in a bad economy they're going to raise the taxes on any of you that's still getting a check, and they're going to keep raising it. They're going to tax you into poverty, into straight poverty. All of the elements that were online speaking have turned into distant voices. When was the last time you seen Umar Johnson do a speech? What happened to Umar? He he is he stuck on doing radio podcasts for the rest of his life? What happened to that momentum he had going? It's a wrap. What about Dane Calloway and the Aboriginal movement? Vanished, vaporized, OV, over. They just a soft voice in the distance. What happened to the Kemetic movement? Finito, done, flopped over, bowed out the game. None of them left. The one little superhero they had, young Pharaoh, delusional, crazy, still out of body experiences. A rapper. Did y'all go watch the video like I told you? So that you can see what delusion looked like in full form? I hope so. What else did we have out there? Now, I will say the demonic forces of the Hebrew Israelites seems to be growing, but that don't mean you got the truth. That just means there's more people in the abyss. There's more people doomed than there are people who gonna rise. It's just that simple. How many of you are now Bitcoin professionals and paid over 10,000 to enter into the Bitcoin, or let me say, bought into the Bitcoin after it was over $10,000? How many of you think that your Bitcoin masters because you done bought you some Bitcoin and flipped it? But when you finally got over there, the Bitcoin was well away to $30,000, and you just now figured out how to get a Bitcoin wallet. Hmm. I bet you wish you would have listened. I get a lot of people tell me that, man, I can't believe I was watching your show and your ass was talking about the Bitcoin when it was under $700 and I had the money. Oh my God. I don't know how many times somebody walked up to me and told me that, or emailed me, or however they told me, but I heard it 1,000 times and I just look at them and say, okay, now what? That's old news. Old news. Um, all of this stuff is related, interwoven, layer upon layer, but they're changing the conversation. How many of you took the shot? Let's go there. Who took the jab, jabby jab, because you needed to keep your job, or you was Democrat leaning And all the Democrats just was guinea pigs for the system. They just falling out in the NBA, falling out in the NFL over the jab. Just heart attacks. Damn near they die and resurrect them on the football field. Elon Musk said that his pronouns is arrest Fauci, prosecute Fauci. What's really going on? The game changed. And did you change? What preparations are you making for a depression? Not a recession, a depression. I don't think that you quite grasp what a recession looked like because you might feel like you're somewhat safe for whatever delusional reason you feel that way. Now, I'm just a little voice in the wind, just chiming in to a small group of people, maybe 100. I think this video will tap 100, maybe. We'll see. I don't get that many these days. I don't get a lot of views these days. I primarily just do these videos to record a thought of a moment. So when I get ready to come back to this channel and snatch my information up and work it, I kind of got a guide of what I was thinking at a particular time. And I can record them thoughts while I speak to you. But I tell you no lie, the source where I'm reading my information, the doom and gloom is so great and so ridiculous. Nobody seems to want to say it'll happen this day or it'll happen that day. They're all kind of dodging that. They all like, it's soon, it's coming, it's at the end of the year, it's next year, it should be around, but they're all looking at the system because they can't understand it. They've never been in this position. And so they can only assume if the Great Depression was bad, this is going to be worse than that. Think about it. If major businesses like Google, Amazon, Walmart shut down, the impact on the economy just those businesses have. But there are tons and tons of businesses you never heard of closing down. This is going to happen for a year straight. Business after business shutting down. Eventually, you're going to walk through your once vibrant neighborhood and you're going to pass by buildings that are growing weeds. Nobody works there. They're no longer in business. They moved to Texas. They got the hell out of Dodge. One day, you're going to run across that. I'm not sure if you're going to be ready for it when it happens. That's a whole different conversation. Can you handle it when it finally goes down? Because when it goes down, hold on, I got a lot going on here. All right. Okay. We almost got it together. Uno momentos. Yeah, when it get ready to go down, it's gonna be something serious. If you got a job, you're gonna need a business. And if you got a business, you're gonna need some insurance. And if you got some insurance, you're gonna need a gun. And if you got a gun, you're gonna need some bullets. And it's gonna keep going. You're gonna always need something until you get to a point what you need is no longer available. I don't even know what some of y'all gonna do. Some of y'all so spoiled, been living so good so long, y'all ain't gonna be able to handle it. I remember in Georgia, this was probably 7 years ago, there was a gas shortage. It lasted about 5 or 6 days. It got so bad, I went to 10 gas stations and nobody had any gas. I was almost out of gas when I found a gas station with some gas. I had to stand in line with everybody else. When I got my turn, the gas station only let you put $20 worth of gas in your car so that everybody could get a little bit. That was just enough for me to get across town to where I needed to be, where I could be secure and safe and do what I need to do. I had a dude call me. He was on a motorcycle and he ran out of gas and he wanted to know if I was coming down that street where he was, pick him up. I was like, you ran out of gas on a motorcycle? What the hell? But it was something that I noticed about the nature of people. So on the first day, gas shot to $5 a gallon. This is back when gas probably cost $2, and 250 was crazy. $3 was unheard of, and shit shot to $5 a gallon in Georgia. Currently, regular is probably a dollar, no, $3.30, and Supreme might be about $3.70, and that's considered okay. So just imagine at this time, all the gas in the city is gone, right? First revelation is, damn, it don't take long to shut for the government to shut down a city. All they got to do is tell all the gas trucks, don't take any gas to this particular city. And within 5 days, that city will be out of gas. Everybody's car will park where it is. It'll look like the zombie apocalypse. But that wasn't the only revelation that I got. So what I noticed is that the first day, everybody was startled. The second day, they were standing in line. The third day, they emptied the supermarkets. There was nothing left on the shelf. People started running out of gas. Pressure set in. On the fourth day, they started fighting at the gas pumps. They started fighting. On the fifth day, it got so bad that you could get a weapon pulled on you at a stoplight while they empty your gas tank into their car right there at the stoplight. By the sixth day, they were almost ready to start eating their children and killing each other over gas and pressure, for the economy was collapsing. Nobody could do nothing. If you can't get to where you need to go, it's over for everything. And just as they was ready to get into killing mode to survive, I'm talking about killing to survive, the gas came back. I say that was a test. That was a test to see what a society would do if they shut down the gas. It wouldn't have took long to just be in total chaos. Your life in danger to simply go outside. Your life was in danger. You don't know what you're gonna run up on, who doing what. And if you stay inside, eventually they'll come looking for you there. So that means you're going to have to guard your grill. But the average person has a handgun. That ain't going to help you on a mob. When you see a mob coming, a handgun is worthless. I don't care how many, what kind of extendo clip you got. It's worthless if a mob pull up on you. Because after you shoot your last bullet, the mob gonna kill you, and they gonna kill you by beating you, dragging you through the street till you're dead. Now, that was a warning that they had did in Atlanta on the power of the government to just shut down the gas. Imagine if it was your lights and you had to just live in the dark for a month. You would go crazy because you're used to the Atlanta Housewives. You're used to some dumb sports game. You're used to watching basketball to relieve yourself after work. After you've been at the plantation for a whole 40 hours, you need a basketball game to come down and relax. Well, they got plans for you. They're going to display it not in 2023. They just going to put the slow drip on you in 2023 because the time that they like to make their plays is when presidents transition. So voting is November, sometime in November 2024. So the bad news will come right along with the voting. And after y'all done screamed all you want to scream because you hate Trump and he's a racist and this, that, and the third, regardless of who the winner is, they need to bust this economy up so bad. They don't want to do it in the middle of Joe Biden's first term because it would cause too much pressure on the Democrats, and the Democrats control these avenues of information: Google, Amazon, Budweiser. Budweiser just lost $6 to $7 billion for pushing the homosexual agenda on the wrong crowd. Destroyed the company. They may not ever come back from this one because the agenda is a corporate entity. It's called social programming, social engineering to be more exact. And you're being engineered to think how you think. You didn't, these are not your thoughts by yourself. Your thoughts is a collection of social engineering. And you don't even believe me. You don't even think it's true. You think the way you think is normal, but in reality it's abnormal. You're not really human because you sitting back unprepared. That in itself lets me know you're not even human. You're an android. Why do you think they call your phone an android? What is it doing? You're walking around with an android in your pocket. Have you ever looked that word up, android? Or let's say you got an iPhone like me. I got an iPhone. What does that mean? iPhone? Sounds a little outdated. iPhone. Cell phones are no longer cell phones. They are computer memory banks to track and record your every move for the greater system. When you come over to my page, you shouldn't come over here playing. You shouldn't come over here thinking I'm playing. You should come over here with a pad and pen, a recorder, or something prepared to set yourself out on a mission. After I give you the ready, set, go, I need your ass in the air, your feet flying, your hands swinging, your chin up, and your chest out at full motherfucking speed. Moving, because I'm moving, because I'm switching up lanes on their ass. Those who know me, talk to me off this thing, they know. I shoot their ass shit to their phone, like, yeah, take a look at that. They like, what the fuck is you doing over there? Not a goddamn thing, according to the goddamn universe. Is going down. You need a new antenna so you can tune in. Because that one you working with, you are playing games. This shit is moving so fast, you don't even know it. You don't even know it. They are making leaps and bounds. I'm talking about shit that normally took decades to discover. They do it in 24 hours now. They got code writers, computers writing codes that would have took 30 years to accomplish in a day. In a day. They just released a robot dog in New York City. They didn't have a gun on it yet. It don't got a gun on it yet. They just sent the robot itself to just observe and report. Observe and report. Now imagine if this robot can talk to the cameras and talk to all the electronics and go into your home and communicate with Alexa. How many of you got Alexa snitching on you in your house? Because you don't want to turn the lights on anymore. You don't want to check your phone for the weather. Alexa, what is the weather? Alexa, turn on the TV. Alexa, this shit is recording you, period, and storing your data in the CIA's vault as they collect human data to replace it with an android. You're not even aware of where we're going. You think this is the same America you grew up in. This is not that. This is not that. This shit is over the top. Mind you, before I come on and do these shows, I'm knee deep. I'm watching shit I know y'all don't watch. I know some of these boring ass channels I'll be watching. This shit ain't popular. I'm over here on these channels. They ain't got ridiculous views on them. The more potent the video, the less views it got. The more the video agrees with the agenda, the bigger and popular it is. Let me give you an example. You can either listen to Thomas Sowell or you could listen to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is like the most popularist podcast out there. He personally is worth 300 million dollars. Ridiculous numbers. But Joe Rogan is bullshit conversation, even though he brings on heavyweights to speak. He done had just about everybody who is somebody come on his podcast. But his understanding after speaking to all of them, he's not gonna hit the alarm bell for you when it's time. Okay, I gave you my spiel. Here's your orders. Go find you a brick video and pay attention. Who cares Who's in control of everything? Who gives a shit? All you need to figure out is how do I get one step ahead of them that I can bank off of it so that I could put myself in a position that I could dip with the chips. That's it. If you can't leave with the money, what are you doing here? Because they about to shut your shit down and you don't see it coming. You're going to need another alternative currency one day just to hide from the wicked eyes. I know y'all don't really listen that deep. I know y'all tuned in to these goofies talking about the dumbest shit they could ever conceive. It's rough out there. I'm slightly watching. I ain't gonna say I'm paying attention to them. I'm really not. I'm really not. I got other shit I'm tuned into. There are other platforms that are developing that have a wider range of free speech. And so the more in depth content is over there. That's why I know y'all ain't paying attention. I talking to an artist that I had filmed a decade ago. He think he a Hebrew Israelite now. He used to be a rapper at the time. And I told him he moved up to New York. I said, bro, what the fuck are you doing up there? You from the South. And you up there struggling in New York so you could be close to the dumb shit. Uh-uh. 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 Let me share something with you. Let's say you got a good job paying $30 to $40 an hour and you worked on that job for 25 years with a pension and all of that, right? By the time you retire and take that pension, you are not going to have enough money to survive. The old way of doing things, I worked 30 years, don't break the law, save my money in the IRA, save my money in a 401k. I got life insurance, all this dumb shit ain't gonna cut it. It costs $15 to get a Big Mac fries and a soda pop in McDonald's. Why is the goddamn food so expensive? Because some dumbass Bernie Sanders look-alike Marxist communist thinking decided that the minimum wage needs to be a fair price. And they raised the nigga up at McDonald's to make it $17 an hour damn near as a starting employee. Now, in order to cover that 17, they got to charge you $10 for a Big Mac that ain't even made with real meat. How do you reverse all this shit? You can't reverse it by joining them. That ain't gonna, that ain't gonna happen. If you want to reverse it, if you want to know how to destroy them, you got to do what always destroyed them. You got to go under the covenant. You got to align yourself with the guiding light of truth. And you got to be prepared to be ridiculed by the dumb niggas that hate the truth. You got to really live it out. You got to really live it out. You can't talk about it, you got to be about it. Ain't no doubt about it. Well, I pretty much covered my little bit of info I wanted to just make you focus on. I'm not here to guide you, teach you, or go deep with you. I'm not here to preach you. I'm not here to greet you. I'm just here to beseech you. Hasta mañana, señorita.